It is your main man, Lee Kendrick, coming to you live on the interwebs. I am the founder of CreditUturn.com and also SubprimeNinjas.com. So just going to wait until I get somebody tells me they can see me and can hear me okay. It is Friday afternoon, March 6th, 2020, and wow, the year is flying by already, folks. We're right in the middle of tax season. Today's message is going out to our awesome partners and also prospective partners that might be watching our live stream live or in a recorded version. So just kind of still waiting to connect up, just to have somebody sink in and just tell me that they are seeing everything live and that they see me and hear me. So until that happens, just kind of reminding you about who I am and what I stand for. First of all, not a car clown. So for everybody out there in automotive world that can't stand automotive vendors because they've never sat in a showroom, they've never sat behind a sales desk, they've never gone out and demonstrated a vehicle, they've never sat in a finance office, they don't know anything about a car dealership other than that they've got like some sort of tech background. I'm not a car clown, but I also have that tech background. I'm just the guy that there are other people like me out there in the industry that are really smart, that are really intelligent, that got a lot of game and a lot of hustle, and that they have just, they're sponges and they just learn a lot. And I hope that you can identify with me. I'm hoping that I'm talking to somebody like me, and I'm not saying that you have to be like me, but just want to let you know that it is possible for somebody to have the automotive background as well as a mortgage background and a real estate background and a lending background, and also capable of coding and development and pulling all the pieces together for your benefit as well as your customers' benefit. So I did get somebody that says they can see me and hear me just fine, so that's fantastic. If you don't mind, you or somebody else out there, go ahead and drop a link for our partners to the CreditUturn.com/partners webpage, just in case you're not already a partner. That tells you a little bit more about the CreditUturn platform. And I would also encourage you to look at our digital solution that can help you drive more traffic into your websites right now, plus also automate the process of letting your leads and your prospects and your customers know about the CreditUturn platform that's white labeled in your name by going to SubprimeNinjas.com. So SubprimeNinjas.com. And whenever you go to SubprimeNinjas.com, there's some talking head video actually on both of those pages. I know I'm coming to you live. I promise I don't like to hear myself talk and ramble on all the time. I went ahead and failed forward a little bit by putting myself up on those pages for now. In the future, those will be recreated so that they are, I don't know, animated or professionalized to a degree. Sorry about that, got to pull my socks up. So anyway, just want to tell you that I'm not a car clown and welcome you to these broadcasts. This is my second one for our partners and prospective partners. And thank you for dropping the link in there. You don't have to capitalize those things, but I think it's important. So thank you for doing all that. And I want to think that I can make a big impact by helping you. That's my why. Because if I can make a big impact by helping you with problems that you're facing in your dealership, and oftentimes it's centered around traffic or the lack of traffic or the right type of traffic, there's another bigger lurking problem. We're going to get to that in a moment. But also you being able to provide a true solution for somebody instead of kicking them out of your showroom or making them suffer just by sitting there so that you can turn around and submit their credit application to 22 different banks and penalize them by destroying their credit score. You have other solutions. I still want you to sell them a car. If you're a car dealership, I want you to sell them a car. I actually, if you watch my other live streams, I'm constantly being the anti-Dave Ramsey that's telling them to be fiscally responsible, but also telling them that part of the credit rebuilding process and part of the credit repair journey is to add positive trade lines to their credit files. And by the way, it's also possible that the general public can see this right now. So I want you to know that I straddle both sides. I'm a consumer advocate, and I'm also a traffic advocate, where I want to help auto dealers be able to improve their traffic. Auto dealers are fantastic for communities, and I know that I keep on generalizing, and if you hear auto dealers, this also applies to you if you're a mortgage company, realtor, or you're a bank. But just speaking to the crux of my current partner base, if you're an auto dealer, I want you to sell a car. I also realize that you're the fabric of many communities. You make huge investments in comparison to most other businesses in your communities. You spend oftentimes $2 million to $20 million or more on a single location, and I really don't think that message is conveyed loud enough and clear enough to everybody in the community and the surrounding area to drive home that point. And I think that if you do that, they understand a little, they'll have a better understanding of why it is that you need to be at a certain payment point, or you need to be at a certain price point. And I think, in all fairness, I think that all consumers realize that there has to be some profit. They get that. So, and if you think otherwise, I really want you to really look at that a little bit closer, because it's part of how you explain it, okay? Because obviously you and I both know, if you're an auto dealer, you know that the furniture company has a 200 to 300 and sometimes as much as 500 to 700% markup on things that are available in the furniture store. Your bigger pieces of furniture obviously don't have a 500 to 700% markup, but that lamp sure does. So I think that as long as you draw a line of correlation and you're consistent with that message, I think that people respect that. But I think that they need to know that there's a lot of philanthropy that you provide in your marketplace. And I think that goes along with branding and messaging and differentiating yourself so that you're not just a commodity. Because if you're a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership, the general public might not really see any difference between you and the Chevy store or Ford store. Or sometimes there's product similarities. I mean, there's a new Ford Bronco that's coming out right now that Ford is trying to position directly against a Jeep Wrangler. Or what about I'm trying to think of some other cars, let's say a Dodge Dart or Ford Focus, or Toyota Corolla and a Nissan Sentra, or a Toyota Camry and a Nissan Altima or Maxima, that sort of thing. And sometimes they don't pair up exactly the same, but to a consumer, oftentimes it's a commodity environment. So you've got to differentiate yourself from the rest of your marketplace. And one of the ways that you can do that is by becoming a brand partner of ours, white labeling and having a white label solution, because we have made an incredible product that's for your benefit as well as the consumer's product. It would not be an incredible product if it was just for your benefit. It would not be an incredible product if it was just for consumers' benefit. It wouldn't be an incredible product if it was only for my benefit. And the only way it's for my benefit is if it's a win-win for both you and your leads and prospects and customers. And through that mechanism, you can differentiate yourself in your marketplace and stand out and solve your traffic problems by attracting more business, okay? And retaining more business, because magically what happens whenever you are branding yourself that way and you're attracting that business and you've stood out, they're technically, or not technically, it's just human nature, they're going to be more attached to you, which leads to some form of loyalty, at least temporarily, if not permanently, depending upon how far through the process they went. So just explore this with us is what I'm encouraging you to do. If you're already a partner, you already see that stuff. If you're already a partner and you're aware of that, I'm going to challenge you here in just a moment, because we're going to continue, we're going to expand on that just a little bit. So I want you to think about what your why is. What's your why as an individual? What's your why as a business? Okay? Are you there just to make money? Are you just selfish? Is that all that you do? You wake up, you go to your JLB, and you're just there to make money? And it's okay if you are. That's being honest. It's okay if you're not. It's okay for you to go, there's actually a lot more to me than making money, Lee. And that's awesome. It's fantastic, because I'm hoping that there's more to you than that. Is it there that is your why just so that you can make enough money so that you can ride off into the sunset at some point in time, and you've got your 401k and you're invested up and you're able to retire stably. That's cool. That's great. I want to. Your customers want to. I want you to as well. But again, I'm hoping that there's more to you than that. Are you going in as part of your why so that you can move up the ladder? Is part of your why so that you can impress, so that you can move up the ladder? Is part of your why that you actually want to become an owner, that you want to expand and branch out within your same industry, or that you want to work your way up the ranks, and whenever the owner decides that it's time for them to sell, that you can step into that role? That's phenomenal. If that's what you want, that's fantastic. And I'll do everything on my end that I possibly can to help you meet every single one of those objectives. Making money, retiring, moving up the ladder, ownership, all those things have different levels of importance, of being important. I don't know if importantness is a word, so you got to laugh at yourself every now and then. So now that you're exploring and thinking about what your why is, and also the business's why, because the business can have those same whys. Is the business there to make money? Is the business there for an exit strategy, which is the business's retirement? Is the business wanting to scale up? So just like an individual wants to move up the ladder, is the business wanting to grow and have more locations or bigger size, be able to impact more of the world? That sort of thing. Is the business wanting to move from being a sole proprietor or the corporate status that you have now, or you wanted to go public at some point in time? So just make sure that you're identifying what your why is, because it's very important for you to know your why so that you know your branding message. You need to know your why so you know your core message. And if your core message is just the fact that you've stocked all the latest 2020s, you've got the new Traverse, you've got the new Ford Bronco, you've got the newest and hottest product of this, or you've got something that's got push button start and that sort of thing, so does everyone else. That's not your message. Is it your message is that we've got over 600 cars on the ground? Is your message that we're only 7 minutes away from some metropolitan area? Or is your message that, I don't know, the short drive to XYZ town to get the XYZ brand deal, okay? One of the largest car dealers in the country, does that, that they just that's their little core regular message, but they can do better than that. And I'm going to explain why, okay? Because all those messages are the same exact messages in some form or another that your competition is already utilizing, and it's falling on deaf ears. It's completely falling on deaf ears. And that's why click-through rates suffer on display advertising. That's why traffic suffers. That's why it's hard to attract talent. Okay, because everybody just sounds the same. It really is. And, we get bombarded with all types of messages every day. And unless you really, really, truly stand out and you're really showing that caring is currency, and that you are a strong believer that credit is currency too, then your message falls on deaf ears. And by the way, the early adopters of that type of message are always the ones that resonate the best, okay? So if you're one of the early adopters and you're saying, we believe that caring is currency, we want to demonstrate that we care. We want to demonstrate that we care and we have a credit solution, you're going to win. You're just pure, plain simple, you're going to win because you're going to dominate your marketplace. And by the time every other dealership is trying to do that, they've lost, okay? So you need to understand that branding, that your, branding loves speed, I guess. I don't know if that's said 100% the right way, but I hope that you get where I'm coming from, is that if you brand yourself the right way and you're really resonating with your audience, that it's all about speed. It's about getting to your marketplace first before everybody else is. And you need to do that with anything that you're doing. I don't care whether it's the caring is currency or you've got some other great message. You need to do that. You need to do it quickly, and you need to do it frequently and consistently. And if you aren't, somebody else will, and whenever they do that, they're going to dominate. So I also want to encourage you how to ask yourself, how do you get to your objectives? How do you get there? We were talking about what's your why. How do you get there, and how does your business get there? Do you get there just through effort? Do you get there through showing up? That's part of the equation. Do you get there through educating yourself and training? Yes, without a doubt. If you're not educating yourself, if you're not training, you're not going to get to where you want to be, and neither will your company, because if your people aren't educated, if your people aren't consistently trained, you're not going to get there, okay? Do you practice? Do you practice? Are you putting up extra shots before practice and after practice? Are your practices harder than the real game? And I'm correlating that to the business world. You know, are you actually a student of your craft? Are you actually practicing on the way to work? Are you thinking about what you're going to do, what you're going to do differently, maybe like honing your skills? You know, you can do that. You can do that in a rearview mirror on the way to work. You can do that right here. A lot of everything that we ever accomplish is purely mental, and they'll even tell you that in a physical game like basketball and football and baseball, that you're never going to get ahead unless you win this game first, okay? And is it by being impressive, okay? You can do all those things. You can have effort. You can have showing up. You can educate yourself. You can train yourself. You can practice. But if you're not impressive and standing out from the crowd, then you might not get the attention that you need, okay, so that you can make the money that you want, so that you can retire or get your exit strategy, so you can move up the ladder or expand, or that you can achieve your goals of ownership or going public or whatever that is. You might not get there unless you're being impressive. It could be dressing impressively. It could be being present and always being around, being the one that sits in the front row. It could be the one that asks the questions. It could be the one that's taking action all the time instead of sitting on a sideline and being the most educated person. Sometimes it's better to fail forward or to just take action. So what's your why and how do you get there are very important questions that you need to ask yourself, plus those subsets of questions. And I encourage you to rewatch this. What makes you different? Okay, that's another vital thing that you need to be asking yourself. What makes you different? Okay, how do you be different and be impressive? How do you be different and not just, what I want to say, putting forth effort and showing up? How do you be different when you're educating yourself, when you're going through training, or you're educating others, or you're training others? Okay, how do you be different? So you need to be thinking about that. And along with that, what makes your business different? And I'm sure that anybody that's been in business, and even many of you that are just in management or aspiring for management, hopefully you've heard, what's your unique selling proposition? Okay. And oftentimes that gets lost. I want to challenge you to think about what's your own company's message right now. Whether you own that company or not, what's your company's message? We've got 300 cars on the ground. We've got 600 cars on the ground. We have the longest running warranties. We've got the most advanced technology. We've got lane departure. We're 10 minutes from downtown. We've been in the community for 30 years. We have new facilities. We've got a Starbucks inside. All that stuff, everybody else has it too. And if they don't have it, they catch up to it. Most everybody has those things, or at least a combination of those things. You're really not standing out. They might have a good experience whenever they get there, but that's really not the standing out. You've got to get their attention out there in the marketplace that you're different, that you've got something unique, and you understand them, and you're getting to the marketplace first. And that's where I come in, and hopefully you see that. And there are other products that could also be utilized as a unique selling proposition that are out there, okay? But I encourage you to have a conversation with yourself, have a conversation with the powers that be in your company, to have a conversation with me or our team about how we might be the perfect match for you, because we have an incredible automated solution that does not charge your customers any credit repair fees and saves you legal liabilities, so you're not having to be a credit repair company. And we also have a second solution that can help you 10x or 100x this by helping you get your message out there to a relevant audience that's in real time, that's getting to the active real-time shopper that's at your competitors' places of business, or that's also at subprime hangouts that you might not be thinking about. And I'm not telling you that you just need to get all kinds of bad credit customers. That's great, because if you're equipped to handle it, fantastic. If you're not equipped to handle it, me and my team can probably bring you up to speed to help you handle it. By the way, we do some incredible trainings, and we provide a lot of fantastic knowledge and wisdom. I've done special finance for 25 years. I've cut my teeth on this, and that's where the consumer advocacy side of me comes out. And that's why I also built this great product, because I want to automate their journey, but I also built this as a car guy for you, as a mortgage guy for you, for your bank, for your real estate company, and other industries. I built this for you, so it's for your benefit, plus your customers' benefit and your leads' benefit. But I put this out there so that you now have a unique selling proposition, a branding message that you can bring to market that says that you care, and you've got a solution for them that's putting them into your funnel and bringing them all the way through the funnel. A lot of products out there are either just top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. Your sales staff is bottom of the funnel. They're waiting until the customers are in there, or they're waiting until there's like a chat that's come in from a consumer from a website. So we provide you with a solution that's all the way through, that's designed to attract, retain, and also is giving them a message that's encouraging them to move forward to purchase from you as part of the repair process to rebuild their credit. So I really believe that if you're watching this message, you're doing a disservice to yourself if you haven't reached out to us and gotten started already. Again, if you want to learn more about me, the CreditUturn product, or SubprimeNinjas, our digital solution, you can go to CreditUturn.com/partners. You can go to SubprimeNinjas.com. You can also call us. Our phone number is on the page. You can do a demo request. Whenever you put in a request for a demo, unlike most other demo requests that are out there, that you've got to pick a day and a time, you've got to sync it up to your calendar, you hope that you're still available that day and time, but we know that life happens and you get busy. Instead of that, as soon as you put in that demo request, you get instant access to a little short demo video, and I encourage you just to really immerse yourself in it. A lot of the same messages right here, but you also get to see some other little back-end stuff that's within that demo video. And if you want a deeper dive into it, we're more than happy to set up a call with you or meet with you. I also encourage you to subscribe to all of our social media channels, like us, follow us, but most of all, it's already March 6th, okay? I know I'm tapping my watch, but it's March 6th. You've already missed February and potentially the beginning of March. We can get you started, get you instant access to CreditUturn. We can get you virtually started instantly, so just in a few short days, we can get you ramped up so that your message is getting out there to your local communities and your marketplaces that says you provide a zero credit repair fee solution. You're not a credit repair company. You're providing a zero credit repair fee solution, and you're encouraging them to fix your credit while they drive, okay? And letting them know that you've got that solution. You're getting another message out there, and we can get that message into in front of them in a real-time situation by geofencing your competitors and geofencing places that they might be hanging out at, because it's tax season right now. And I don't have to tell you that during tax season that there are big tax refunds. And those tax refunds can make a huge difference in what type of terms you can help somebody get, whether you can get them approved, also get them to say yes, okay? So you want to get started as soon as possible, and then once you get started, we want to get a consistent message out there and continue with that same message and separate yourself from all of the other commodity dealer locations or the other commoditized businesses that are in your industry type, so that you stand out from the crowd and you are able to not just give them lip service, but you're genuinely demonstrating that you have a tool, you have a solution for them, and you're getting instant alerts as their credit improves. They're getting instant alerts that tell them and remind them that they need to go back to you because their credit's improved. Even if they've already bought something from you, fantastic. We're just going to send them back to you so that you can talk to them about possibly upgrading their ride or getting a second ride, or maybe helping them get better terms. If it's a mortgage company, maybe at some point in time you're able to refinance them. Sure, they might have some another set of closing fees, but oftentimes you're aware that whenever they refinance, sometimes it can make a significant impact and save somebody $100 a month. They say if you save them $100 a month on a 30-year loan, they're going to win. So you need to get started, okay? You need to get started. It's instant access. Unlike other automotive vendors in the marketplace that are out there, we don't have fancy contracts. We don't make you go to your corporate attorneys and go look at everything. We provide you with no cancellation or no cancellation penalties. You can cancel anytime, no early termination fees, no hidden language, no hidden catches. Just get started. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to me or my team and we'll do a deeper dive with you. So thank you for your time. And if you are already a partner, think about things that you could be doing internally in combination with what we're doing for you, with what we provided, or digital ad solution. If you've subscribed to our digital ad solution, think about things that you could be doing. Don't just sit on your thumbs. Send out email blasts. Recommend this to everybody that you come in contact with. Maybe they didn't get geofenced, but the people at your church that you know, somebody that you know that's had some credit issues, or maybe they don't have any credit issues, you can say, hey, we're doing something really cool right now at the dealership, and if you know anybody that's had any credit problems, we've got a zero credit repair fee automated solution that's anonymous and secure, and just turn people onto it. Grassroots effort can really make a big impact. Plus, it demonstrates that it's not just lip service, that you're actually living that and you believe in it. So again, we appreciate all of our awesome dealer partners. I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing, that you're partnering up with us. Just 10x it. If you're not already a partner, get started and 10x it before other people in your marketplace do, because I'm going to tell you that it's going to happen. So I appreciate your time. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I hope that comes across in the right way, not big-headed, but I am very passionate about what I do, and I believe that we have a phenomenal product and phenomenal opportunity for you and your clients in your marketplace to help you grow and to help you achieve and obtain your why. Thanks.